So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 simple steps that you can implement tomorrow to get your next job promotion. So this video is for the employees, people who are currently in a job role, might be feeling stagnated, might be feeling like they want to do something else, open a business, jump ship and go because the grass is greener somewhere else. You don't necessarily need to, but you do need to implement something to get that job promotion and take you to that next level. Now, to put it into context, there's always a big bravado these days about becoming an entrepreneur, and that employment is no good and it's for the boring and it can be less successful and all that jazz. Well, the truth is you can be just as successful as an employee as you can as an entrepreneur. But that is a different video. I'll do that later on, where we're going to compare employment versus entrepreneurship. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be concentrating on employees and helping them get to that next level in 3 simple steps. So the first step is to analyze. That's analyze what your current job role is. Now, you'd be shocked when you're speaking to people that they just don't really know what is expected of them. Expected of them. So the truth is, you'll know your job. If you've been doing it a while now, you'll know what really your job does. You'll probably not even think about it too much. It's just like fluency of talking. You go in, you get the job done, and you go home. Now, there's a breadth of different employees out there. There's some that massively underperform, there's some that massively overperform, and there's some that just meet the minimum standards. But you have to know whereabouts you are on that medium to even think whether you are over or underperforming. Now, you'll always hear from people that they missed out on promotion. Somebody else got the accolades that they should have got. I'm not being noticed. My job's shit, I'm stagnant, I'm getting overlooked, all that jazz. But this is where we're clearly going to identify where we can fix that. And you start off by that step 1 by analysing exactly what is expected of you in that job role. Now, I'm not saying it's what you expect, it's what the company expects. You need to analyse what the company is expecting of you in your current role. Now, you do that by analysing your job description. Within that job description, which you must have, there will be clear duties and responsibilities and tasks that you perform daily, weekly, whatever. And there's, say, for instance, 10 of them, and you might be doing only 5, you might be doing 15 tasks. But you need to analyse them. You need to know exactly what the company is expecting you to do for the money that they're paying you. Salaries and all that sort of thing is another story again, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But at the end of the day, if someone's paying you 30, 50, £100,000 a year, they need to know they're getting exactly what they're paying for. Or they want you to overachieve, but at the end of the day, as long as you're meeting the minimum standards, the minimum requirements, then you're doing exactly what is expected of you. Now, if you're massively underperforming, they would be right to get you in and tie you up the backside because you're not doing what you signed up for. And at the same token, if you're overperforming, then we need to know that because it just gets more cards in our pocket. Now, once you've got those lists of tasks, once we understand and we analyse exactly what we are doing for our money, for our value, are we giving value to that company, to our line manager, to our tasks? Are we actually giving value? We've analysed it, we know exactly where we are now and what we look like. Are we a great employee or a good employee or a bad employee? Where are we? We need to know that, but we've analysed that now. We know where we are. We know this point is where we are now. So the second one is to identify where we need to be or what the next level looks like. And we do that by looking at this over and under performance, and we'll identify what a great employee looks like. I don't mean a general run-of-the-mill employee, that's going to be someone who at least turns up on time and does what they say and, isn't causing too much hassle and is adding more and more value than they need to. That's a great employee. But what tasks, what things, what door openers or ideas could you do to then take you to that next level? So we're clearly just identifying what overachievement looks like. What would the company expect of somebody that's going to go to that next level. You're going to position yourself as a future leader. You know, you want to be the next person in command, the person that they think of when good things happen. That positive energy always revolves around you. And you've got to know, clearly identify it and write those points down. So write down what a great employee within your industry, within your job role and specific task, what you want to be, exactly what is expected. What does a great employee look like? What are the skills? What are the tasks? What are the values that they're going to give? And once we've got those two things, we've analysed where we're at now, we've identified where we want to be or where we should be going or where we think we deserve, what's that next step is for us. Now we need to get an agreement in place. Once we get that agreement in place with our line manager, with our company, that is where the magic happens. Now, we need to get an agreement in place for a number of reasons. Because one, you know, there's so many people that say that they're overlooked, or, you know, somebody else will get promoted instead of them and things like that. But if you have no agreement in place or you're not being seen, then you need to bring yourself up from the parapet. You need to be seen, you need to be heard. That doesn't go shouting about and lauding it. It means that you sit down in an adult way, in a professional way, that is win-win for both you and your company and your line manager. Now, what you're going to do in this agreement is you're going to sit down and you're going to say, these are the values that I think I can have. These are the doors I think I can open. And these are what I'm going to help the company with. I want to go to this level. I'm currently here. I want to go there. You can also ask open questions about how they would see someone of your caliber get into that next level, and they can sort of clearly identify this with you. It's a collaboration of the two of you together, or whoever your line managers or superiors will be. You need to clearly agree on a path that suits both parties. If you're currently on 30 grand a year and you want to get on 40 grand a year, or you've got a job title that you think is shite and you want an amazing job title like the king of the world, then you've got to become the king of the world. And how the hell are you going to do that? Well, you're going to do that in collaboration. You're going to do that with a team. You're going to look and work on yourself, and you're going to clearly identify a path that suits both you and the company. That will help you get your promotion, your pay rise, your stature, and your right path. So let's just revisit it really quickly. First of all, where are we now? Let's analyse exactly what's expected of us, and are we meeting those expectations? Secondly, we're going to identify where we want to be and how we will get there. What do we have those skills already? Are we already doing those tasks? You know, and are we going to be able to upskill ourselves easily in the way that we already are? If not, how do we upskill ourselves? But we're identifying it. And then thirdly, the third and final thing is gaining an agreement. Get an agreement in place with the right people that are going to back your ambition, back your desires, and take you to that next step so you can help them help you. So please stick to those 3 simple rules. You can implement this tomorrow. Good luck with it. I am interested. Please let me know if you used it and it worked. Let me know. Please just comment, subscribe, share this about. Please, I will be doing a lot more videos about employment, entrepreneurship, my movies and all my loves, but it's all going to be business related to help people become the best version of them. Good luck, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.